Hello everyone and welcome back, and if you're new here, then welcome to my channel. I hope all of you have been staying safe and healthy, as well as doing your part to support the Black Lives Matter movement. I hope everyone is doing what they can to donate if they're financially stable enough to, and signing petitions. Reminder that signing a petition takes literally less than a minute and are extremely easy to do. I left a master list of places to donate to and petitions to sign in my description, so please check that out. So, long time no see. I think my last video was posted at the very end of May, so it's been a little over a month since my last video. If you didn't see my community post, I said I needed a break due to my mental health not being the best at the time, and posting videos is making me way more anxious than I was having fun doing so. Now, I do think I'm ready to make videos again, and I hope all of you guys are happy I'm back and enjoy what I'm putting out. Anyways, considering it's been quite a while since I posted, I decided I would make a ranking of K-pop comebacks from 2020 so far, so my top 10 favorites from the first half of the year. I will not be adding debuts because I think I'll make a later video on that, so for now it's just comebacks rather than all releases. Please remember this is only my opinion, and feel free to disagree and leave your list in the comments. So with that out of the way, here is the video. So, Dondon really had to grow on me. I was one of those people who thought it sounded way too much like Adios, and while I still do a little teeny tiny bit, I ended up realizing that that does not make it a bad song at all. I ended up listening to it a few more times, and Jesus, it is so good, and I don't know why it took so long for my stupid brain to realize this. Oh my gosh. The song itself has such a powerful sound to it. It works very well for Everglow, and I think they own this kind of like powerful girl crush centric concept that they're using right now. As well as that, I loved the vocals and rap verse. They were both so captivating. The dance for this song is so simple, yet so polished. The outfits during the live stages were all so beautiful, and I loved everything that this era gave us. However, though, I will say that the side tracks on this whole album are probably one of my favorite parts of the era. No Lie and Player are two of my favorite Everglow songs ever now, and honestly, seeing Player live really just like changed my life. My only big complaint for this era was that the line distributions were kind of ass, but I'm hoping in the future that this will be changed. Overall, though, very solid era. Map of the Soul 7 as a whole may be one of my favorite BTS comebacks ever. Like, it seriously has everything I want from them, vocal-wise, rap-wise, concept-wise. Everything was just chef's kiss, beautiful. And while I do think On was really good and I loved all of the performances from it, my favorite thing about this comeback were all of the side tracks plus the intro and outro. Like, I don't think that there's one song that I don't listen to regularly. Both Shadow and Ego are probably some of my favorite of any of their intro and outro songs, like I mentioned earlier. I love Moon to death. Jin went really off here. It's probably like my second favorite song on the album besides Ugh. Oh my gosh, that one's just so good. Who is though? And Louder Than Bombs never fails to make me emotional. Jesus Christ. Like, oh my gosh, I have not been a huge fan of 2020 sidetracks so far. They haven't been as strong as previous years. But all of these just shine so much. And really the only reason why this comeback is so low on this list is just because I prefer the songs ahead of it just a little bit more. Map of the Soul 7, a very solid era full of beautiful rapping, beautiful vocals. Everything about it was great to me. So I feel like with every single ITZY song, I really don't like it from first listen. Then a few hours later, it gets stuck in my head, making me want to go back and listen to it, and thus by the second listen, I end up loving the song. And Wannabe is no different. At first listen, I really did not like it, but God, the I Wanna Be Me part got stuck in my head, and I just had to re-listen. And God, by the second listen, I just loved it so much, and I still do. The entire song just fits so well together. I know some people think it's messy, but I really think it's one of their cleaner songs, if that makes any sense. My favorite part of the song was probably Ryujin's rap in the middle. Oh my gosh, it was so iconic. Like, Ryujin through the entire song was iconic enough, and all of them were. But that part just, it really hits different. The entire song, though, it just screamed ITZY, and it was perfect for them. Like I mentioned earlier, though, 2020 sidetracks have not been my favorite, and unfortunately, I really only like a few from this album. Ting Ting is not really my type of song, as neither is I Don't Wanna Dance. Other than that, though, I really loved Wanna Be in this era, and I'm excited to see what else we can get from ITZY in the future. I feel like Hands Up was such a great concept change for Cherry Bullet. Don't get me wrong, I loved their cuter sounding songs, but I feel like Teen Crush suits them very well. The song itself I also feel like suited each of the members very well. The vocal and rap lines all had verses in the song they made their own, but honestly, I feel like the dance line and overall dance really just impressed me the most. Like, oh my gosh, the dance during the bridge was killer, and I feel like we don't talk about that nearly as enough as we should. Remy especially impressed me. Like, I never take my eyes off of her during any of the performances, especially during that dance at the bridge. She just has so much power, and she is truly such an underrated dancer. To add, I feel like Cherry Bullet has always had very unique concepts with the video game style music videos, but this time I feel like the song was also very unique. The sampling of Fur-Elise was very creative, and it gave a sound that I haven't heard before in a K-pop song. Overall, this comeback was so flawless to me. There are very little complaints I have with this, and it is definitely one of my favorite releases of 2020. How you like that? So, despite the song coming out in the middle of me writing the script, it still manages to be so high up on this list. How? Because Blackpink never failed to impress me with all of their comebacks and overall iconicness. I realize that a lot of people really don't like this song, and that is completely fine by me. It's not for everyone. But in my personal opinion, I think that this song went in the right direction for Blackpink. It's different, but it still has a very similar feel to their other girl crush concepts that they've been doing recently. I thought the vocals were as beautiful as always. Rose, Jisoo, and Miss Jennie did not come to play like usual. They were all so beautiful. I loved them, and oh my gosh, just the rapping. It was awesome. Lisa really blew me away this era, like always. Her charisma and stage presence is always so captivating, and it especially was this era, and her rap verse truly just outsells. Truly, How You Like That is such a wonderful comeback to me, even if it's just a pre-release, and I cannot even express how excited I am for their next comeback. I knew Nature were going to release something very new and different for them, and Jesus, like always, they did not disappoint. I was a bit worried because Aurora, Loha, and Sunshine wouldn't be promoting with them for this comeback, and while I miss them all so much and hope we can get an OT9 comeback as soon as possible, I was really happy with Girls. Like I mentioned earlier, this is very, very different from their other releases. They have done Cute and Teen Crush for their 4 previous releases, but Girls is a very mysterious and a horror-based comeback, which, I'm not even gonna lie, I was surprised with how perfectly Nature pulled this off. The song's sound fits very well with each of the members' voices. The pre-chorus especially, it sounds so creepy in the best way possible, and I just think each member shined so much this era. Even with Haru and Lu not having too many lines, which I am admittedly upset about, but that's a conversation for another time. They had a lot of moments on stage to show off their dancing and center abilities. Overall, this was such a great comeback. I love seeing Nature switching concepts up on us, and I cannot wait to see what else they do for us this year. Dazzle Dazzle is honestly one of my favorite weki meki songs ever released. It has everything that I want from a concept from them. If you have watched my channel before, you'll realize how much I love Teen Crush, especially on weki meki, and this song is not at all different. It felt very bright and fun, and every time I listen to it, it just makes me feel so happy. I feel like the vocals in the song were some of the best that we've seen from them as well. Ellie's verses especially. I feel like it was one of the first times we were able to hear her true vocal ability, and it is seriously no fucking joke. Same with Lua. It has been quite a while since she's got a decent amount of lines in songs, and her rapping part is one of my favorite parts of the entire song. Honestly, overall, this song was just so well made, and I am just such a big fan of it. Besides the song, though, I didn't necessarily love the music video since previous ones like Crash Piki Piki and Tiki Taka had stories to them. I still absolutely loved the aesthetic. The pink, purple, and blue were all very pretty and matched well with the theme of the song. I just really, really loved this release. So when I first saw that IZONE was going to have a comeback, I was honestly not super excited. I wasn't the biggest fan of Fiesta, and I had a feeling it would have a similar sound as that, as well as their previous releases. Oh boy, was I wrong. This song is an absolute masterpiece and a great change for IZONE in their style. It still, though, kept the same graceful feeling as the rest of their comebacks that they've had. It also had some powerful vocals, especially from Chaewon and Yuri. Yena and Chaeyeon's rap was so good, and for sure my favorite rap by IZONE so far. And that dance break? Oh my god, it was seriously so perfect. I also want to add that with every comeback, I can see IZONE improving vocally, rap-wise, dance-wise, stage presence-wise, the list goes on. And this was no exception either. IZONE never fail to prove how talented they are and how much every single member is improving constantly and willing to improve. I love Secret Story of the Swan, and I'm very excited for them to keep up this sound. God, this is another comeback I was not super excited for, considering I haven't listened to Bandit too much. But I was, as I'm sure you can tell with it being number 2 on my list, extremely pleasantly surprised. This entire comeback was just so cool to me. It had a very interesting sound. It was definitely girl crush, but it was something I don't feel like I've heard before. This song also just radiates confidence and fearlessness, which is always so awesome to listen to. Vocal-wise, I think this was probably one of their best performances. I'm sure this makes literally zero sense, but I think Songi is her name. She just has such a deep and rich voice. Like, seriously, it is so beautiful and deep. Oh my gosh, I could just listen to her voice all day long. I don't realize how much I've slept on her. Oh my gosh. Same with all of the other members. Like, I have just been sleeping on all of them. Not to mention their dancing. Like, that dance break did not have to go so hard. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm sure this review is super messy, but please know that this song and overall concept fits so well with Bandit and is definitely one of my favorite K-pop releases this year. Okay, so it was hard enough to make this list, and usually I would add just 3 honorable mentions, but because this year's releases were so good, I went with 5. Just know there are plenty more songs and comebacks I loved, but these 5 were just way too good for me not to mention. It shocks me how little people know and talk about this comeback because, oh my god, it is so iconic. Like, everything about it was amazing and phenomenal, and I barely even know where to start. Oh, I guess I'll start with how it has been a good 1.5 years since the last Ellis comeback, and it really seems like all of the girls improved so much and fit very well with this new comeback. Before this, they were doing very cute songs, and this change to Teen Crush I think fits them all very well. And the 2 new members, EJ and Sejong, fit into the group very nicely. I don't feel like their addition to the group was random, and they fit very well with the group dynamics, so it isn't like weird to have them there. Now to get into the song and the B-sides. Jackpot itself is a perfect teen crush song. It has cute elements and girl crush elements, and overall it just works so well together. By far, my favorite part in the song is EJ's rap. Like, she literally just debuted and she ate me up with her rap. Oh my god. As well as that, the B-sides are all so good. Like, I listen to all of them super frequently. They're in all of my playlists. And like I've been saying, I haven't been a huge fan of 2020 B-sides so far, but no big deal, and This Is Me are seriously two of the fattest exceptions ever. Jackpot is seriously such a serve. I cannot wait for more Ellis comebacks. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was an enjoyable comeback for me, and I'm very happy to be back. I'm also very excited to see how the rest of the year goes for K-pop comebacks. I really have loved all of the releases 2020 has given us, and I know we will continue to be getting iconic bops and amazing debuts. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and stay safe and healthy.